And welcome back to the Carolina Weather Group. We have a new tornado warning that has just been issued for portions of Spartanburg County. This is going to include the city of Spartanburg as well as Gaffney, South Carolina. In fact, we have Frank Strait on with us right now, and I'm going to let Frank get dialed up here in just a minute. Let him kind of give you an update of what's going on there on the ground. He is located near this tornado warned storm in Spartanburg County. I think we have Frank right now. Frank, can you hear me?
Hey, Scotty, I can hear you. I'm trying to get things together here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Sounds
Okay.
good. If you want to kind of give us what's going on in your area right now, and after that we'll kind of go over the warning specifics.
Well, Scotty, where I am, I'm just north of Roebuck and very close to I-26, roughly exit 23, I think. And I'm right on the edge of the tornado warning that's just been issued. I'm looking off to the north into the clouds right now, and I do not really see any signs of rotation. There's so much scud here that I probably wouldn't be able to see anything, and I may be a little too far away from the actual dangerous part of the storm. Looking at it from radar, I think it's going far enough north of my location that I'm not going to see anything notable here, but those of you along and just south of I-85 appear to be in the main area of concern here. If nothing else, there's going to be some damaging winds, I think, from this from a burst of wind that's showing up on radar, passing through the north part of Spartanburg and going again just south of I-85 and roughly paralleling I-85. So it looks to me like that's where the worst of it is right now, and I'm just missing it. But if you're in that area, you need to be in a sturdy shelter right now. And if you're my son who happens to live in that area and are listening to this now, you better do what I just told you in my text message to you and get in a sturdy shelter immediately, because he lives in a mobile home there. So I hope that him and anybody in the same condition that he's in will be following that piece of advice right now, Scotty.
All right, thank you for that, Frank. We're going to keep you on the line there. I'll let you kind of get situated. This tornado warning is out for Spartanburg and Cherokee County. This goes until 3:15, so about 30 minutes or so. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado located near Spartanburg or over USC Upstate campus. This is going to be moving northeast at around 35 miles per hour. Here on the screen, you can see the polygon. We're going to highlight the rotation here. It's going to be moving into Cowpens here soon. This dangerous storm is going to be near Cowpens, Mayo, and Chesney around 2:50. Cowpens National Battlefield around 3 o'clock, and then Gaffney around 3:10. I think we also have panelist Dan Whitaker, who is going to be moving into the Gaffney area. So hopefully Dan will be able to join us here in just a little bit. Frank, this tornado warning, I believe you told over our internal chat, there are actually storm sirens that are going off right now.
Indeed, there were. Just shortly after the warning was issued, I was able to hear sirens sounding kind of out the distance. But, I'm not sure if do I have my camera going here or not.
I can see your face, Frank. If you want to flip it around, maybe we can see the sky there.
And you can see there's really not much sign of rotation off to the north, which is where I'm looking here. I'm thinking a little bit too far away from it. But indeed, it does look scary on radar over in that direction. I'm going to see if I can get a little bit closer to it.
All right, Frank, thank you for that. You be careful. Just hang on there on the line. If you are driving, we'll let you get back to a location where you need to be. But again, this is a tornado warning out for Spartanburg and Cherokee County. This is going to be traveling along Interstate 85. So if you live in the vicinity of Cowpens, Mayo, Chesney, and Gaffney, if you are familiar with Interstate 85 through there, you know the great big peach that is off of Interstate 85. There's a Fats restaurant in that location. The outlets of Gaffney, you need to be in your safe place right now. Lowest level of your home. Remember, a tornado warning means one of two things: either radar indicated tornado, or actually storm spotters or someone has spotted a tornado on the ground. As of right now, we have not got any clarification of a tornado being on the ground. This is radar indicated, but again, we need to take this serious. So if you live in the Cowpens community, and they're in the upstate between Spartanburg and Cherokee County, you need to be in your safe place, lowest level of your home. Make sure you put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Again, this is just north of Spartanburg. This is going to be traveling along Interstate 85 as it moves into Gaffney, South Carolina. So again, this is along Interstate 85. You have communities like Cherokee Springs, Highway 221. You've got Lake Baylock. Some of the roads are Macedonia Road, Highway 221. We have Green River Road. These are all going to be in that vicinity of where the rotation is. This rotation looks to be passing over Cowpens or Converse, the college Converse there as well. So you need to be in your safe spot, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. We do have panelist Frank Strait, who is in the area. He's going to keep us up to date if he does see anything. We also have panelist Dan Whitaker, who will be in the area soon. He's coming in from the Gaffney area. So we are going to continue to watch this. As you can see on radar here, this is the area that we're watching as it comes in the Cowpens, just south of Mayo. Converse College in this area. So you need to be at the lowest level of your home, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible as this potential tornado moves through. This is going to be from the Weather Service here. The warned storm showed intense rotation between 3,000 and 5,000 feet for one volume scan and then fell apart. So issuing the tornado warning seems to have killed it. So this was likely the possibility of a quick spin up. It may have been on the ground for a minute or two and then is dissipated. We're going to continue to watch this rotation though. Frank, I think, was giving us some confirmation there that there was not a lot of rotation that he could see. So that is some good news there. But if you are in this tornado warning, please seek shelter. Frank, anything of note that you see?
I'm stopped at a red light here in West Spartanburg. I'm right over the I-26 interchange on Reedville Road here, heading into John B. White. And no, I do not see any sign of rotation. But one thing I have to caution everyone is that if there is indeed a tornado occurring here, it is likely rain wrapped and would not be easy to see. So don't try to count on visual confirmation here. If there is a tornado, you're not going to see it coming at you. And you just need to be in a sturdy spot, a sturdy shelter, whatever you have planned out. Hopefully you did that first thing this morning or yesterday, as we were instructing you to do yesterday or last night on Carolina Weather Group. Hopefully you followed that, and hopefully you're doing that right now if you live in that area.
Yes, definitely. So we're getting some questions. Annie Combs from Rutherfordton, North Carolina, asking if the tornado is going to come up that way. It looks like this is going to stay south of Rutherfordton. Now, if you live in southern Cleveland County and once you get into Gaston County, you need to make sure that you monitor this system as it moves into the area. But Rutherfordton, you are fine. In fact, that line has passed away from Rutherfordton. I'm going to give you the all clear. The cold front has moved through. The cold front's also moved through Greenville, Anderson, South Carolina. You should be good as we continue to see this severe threat pass through. Again, this tornado warning is going on until ongoing until 3:15. This includes Gaffney, Cowpens, Mayo, and it's moving out of Spartanburg. I think that's where Frank said he was at, trying to correlate with his directions. I believe he's in the Spartanburg, and this is going to be moved off to the north and east. We also have Evan Fisher, who is out in the field today. He'll be connecting here in just a little bit. We'll let Evan give us an update of where he's at in comparison to the storm once he gets logged on. But you can see here on radar, if you live in the Cowpens community, you need to be in your safe place. This is where the rotation would be moving across. So again, lowest level of your home, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Make sure you have some sort of protection for your head. A helmet would be a great thing. Some goggles to make sure that if there's any flying debris, it stays out of your eyes. Again, this tornado warning goes until 3:15 for Spartanburg and Spartanburg County, as well as Cherokee County here in the upstate of South Carolina. Evan, are you there? Okay, I don't know if Evan's got connected yet. We'll wait on that. Let me look through some of your reports again, see if there's anything else commenting or any questions for us if you live in this community. I don't see any. I do see Evan now on the stream here, Evan. So give us an idea where you're at in location to this warning.
Hey, Scotty. So I'm in Roebuck, which is to the south and west of the warning. I was actually on 26, right underneath that area of circulation as that warning came out. I could see an area of rotation off to just to my west, but no touchdowns at that time. So I think I'm just going to sit here in Roebuck for a minute. Frank, I know you're a little bit closer, and I'm going to wait it out, maybe catch one of these cells further down the line.
Evan and Frank, I want to get you your comments here in the North Carolina area, especially along and north of Interstate 40. We've been stocked in with stable air. I know you guys are kind of in that transition zone where the warm fronts move through. What are your observations right now down in that area?
Well, Scotty, driving down earlier, it was pretty chilly until I got right to I-85, and we've talked a number of times about what it's like. How often I-85 is sort of a line of demarcation for various things, winter storms, severe weather, any other sorts of weather events. And this is no exception, because just north of I-85, it was 56 degrees and there was a light fog. And once I got to the Sam's Club in Spartanburg to gas up, it was 64. And then I went down to Roebuck, it was 72. I backtracked a little bit and went back down to 58 as I got behind some storm outflows. So it's definitely cool and stable once you get north into North Carolina. And I think at least for the foothills area, that's likely to be the case as we go through this part of the event anyway. And I'm sure you could probably agree up in Morganton, it's probably cloudy, foggy, and chilly up there still. But yeah. I bet, Evan, where you are at Roebuck, you maybe see something a little different.
Evan, you're on mute there right now. Evan, I'll let you. I see you were talking. Go ahead.
I'm back. Yep. Sorry. Not used to this device. Yeah, so it was sunny and I'm assuming warm on the eastern side of this storm. Truthfully, I was in that sunny regime for such a short period of time, I didn't even look at the thermometer. I can see peaks of sun just to my east and south. So, guys, I'm going to figure out how to set this phone up so that I don't have to touch it and then drive south, and I'll still be here. All right.
Sounds good. And Evan, I know you're in Roebuck, so if you do take 26, there's a few tail end Charlies per se there at the tail end of the line moving into Gray Court and Lawrence. That could be a little bit more of a juicier atmosphere. So we'll continue to watch that. But again, this tornado warning continues for another 20 minutes or so. This is for Spartanburg and Cherokee County. This includes the city of Spartanburg, Gaffney, Mayo, as well as Cowpens, but this rotation really moving into Gaffney right now along Interstate 85. So if you're familiar with Gaffney, if you've ever been there before, there's the Big Peach on the side of Interstate 85. That is one of the landmarks. There's also the outlets in Gaffney, popular place. So if you know where those locations are, that rotation, what's left of it is moving into your area. So we want to make sure that you're in a safe place as well. Kind of scanning through this line of storms, now moving through the Northwestern Piedmont of North Carolina. This stretches from North Wilkesboro through Taylorsville, Hickory, Lincolnton. There's a little uptick in the Cherryville area of northern Gaston County into Shelby. Once you get into Gaston, into Cleveland, and then back into the upstate where Frank and Evan are, that is where the more ripe atmosphere is for some strong to severe thunderstorms with the potential of producing a few tornadoes. Again, the tornado warning has been canceled for Spartanburg County, but continues for Cherokee County again for another 20 minutes or so, about 18 minutes actually. At 2:53, the storm capable of producing the tornado was located 8 miles west of Gaffney there on Interstate 85. And actually there's a little uptick in the rotation there as it's moving into Gaffney. So we'll continue to watch that. Frank, what does it look like from your perspective right now?
Currently, I'm coming into the downtown area of Spartanburg. Unfortunately, going through town results in slow progress, and I'm well behind any circulation, any rotation that's going on now and showing up on radar. But I'm trying to get over to the east part of the Spartanburg area and over toward Mayo to have a look and see if any damage has occurred there, and also to check on my son who lives over that way. If there is anything to see, I'm not in a place to see it, but I can tell you that here in the downtown area of Spartanburg, there is certainly no damage to report right now, Scotty.
Good to hear. Good report, Frank. You be careful. We can see Evan is also on the road there. Some ominous looking skies. We have a question from Sheila Zager, saying that she lives in the eastern part of Charlotte under a tornado watch. What does the atmosphere look like? Visually overcast and cloudy. And that's the thing, is if we see any thinning of the sky, any breaks in the clouds, that's just allowing for ample moisture and warm air to move in to create the possibility of seeing some severe weather. Watching this storm now in Cherryville is starting to show a little bit of rotation. I'm going to go to another radar source here for just a minute. I want to go to the terminal Doppler out of Charlotte at the airport. That's a little bit closer and kind of gives us a better idea of what's going on with this storm. But this is a new storm popping up in the far northwestern corner of Gaston County that's going to be have to be watched, as it could go pretty severe. Starting to see some lightning from that as well as the storm moves through. So looking, I hear all kinds of chirps going off in my ear from the Weather Service. We have a new tornado warning now issued for Jasper County in South Carolina. This is going to go until 3:30. So that's Jasper County, South Carolina. We're going to get the radar over to that in just a moment. So let me pull some radar strings here, and we will get that new warning out for you. This is going to be in the low country of South Carolina. We're going to let that load up. So let me get that radar pulled up for you here in just a second. But gentlemen, you guys continue to remain on this storm in Cherokee County. Evan, what's it look like where you are right now?
Yeah, Scotty. So I am just starting to get back into the rain, unfortunately. I don't know which way my camera's facing, so give me a second.
We can see you. You be careful out there.
Pretty. Let me put you down. The rain is just starting back up. I'm heading south on 26. There's a cell coming into the Woodruff, South Carolina area. It looks like it's getting a little bit of rotation. I like the fact that it's on the tail end of that string of storms. I think that's pretty beneficial for rotation. It's a very favorable environment in this area right now. So I'm going to head down to Woodruff, see what that looks like. Right now, I'm just starting to get caught by the rain, so I want to get out of that, get ahead of this line. But I don't want to punch through this line again. I've already done it once today. I didn't enjoy it the first time, but I don't want to do it again.
That's a good call, Evan. You stay safe out there. We are watching that line that Evan's talking about, moving into a more favorable atmosphere. So we'll continue to watch that. Just south of Greenwood, South Carolina, also watching the potential for a little bit of rotation there. But a few of these storms in the upstate starting to show some signs of rotation as we continue to monitor this severe weather event. We want to make sure that you know there is a tornado watch out for the Greenville, Spartanburg metro area, the Charlotte metro area, as well as the Charleston metro area until 6 p.m. And a watch just means that conditions are favorable. A tornado warning like we have right now in Cherokee County, South Carolina, means that either Doppler radar has indicated a tornado or there's actually been visual confirmation of a tornado. Right now, this would be Doppler radar indicated rotation. So I still continue to watch this storm that's moving into Gaston and Lincoln County. We're going to monitor that. The tornado warning for Jasper County is actually just the far edge of the South Carolina area. So this is actually moving into downtown Savannah, Georgia. So we'll continue to monitor through that as well. But the majority of that storm is over Savannah, Georgia right now. So again, this tornado warning for Cherokee County continues until 3:15 p.m. This storm is moving into the Gaffney area. So we want to make sure that you are alert if you live in the Gaffney area and you are in your safe place, the lowest level of your home. and it's starting to, it has eyes, we'll say, on southern Cleveland County in North Carolina. We'll have to see if the Weather Service continues that warning into southern Cleveland County over the next little bit. So the one tornado warning here in Cherokee County. There's another tornado warning in Jasper County, South Carolina, but that's just the far tips of that area there in South Carolina. So we will monitor that, but we want to keep our attention here on this storm in Cherokee County, South Carolina. We do have panelists Frank Strait and Evan Fisher out on the road looking at these storms in the upstate of South Carolina. Frank moving through downtown Spartanburg, and Evan is on the road to Woodruff, South Carolina, where this cold front's moving through, and there's a few tail-end storms that are showing a few signs of rotation. We do have a question from one of our viewers here asking about Hickory, North Carolina. Melissa Floor is asking about that. Hickory is clear. There's rain moving through, but if you live in Lincoln and southern Catawba County, we're going to watch that for the possibility of another storm. So good news on the front for Frank and for everyone in Cherokee County. That tornado warning has been allowed to expire early, so no more tornado warning there for Cherokee County. We'll continue to keep our eyes on that storm as it moves into Cleveland County, but for right now, that tornado warning has expired, so we will monitor that. I do want to get down here to Jasper County, South Carolina. Again, this is just the far tip of Jasper County in South Carolina. Basically, it butts up against the Savannah River there, where this tornado could move into Savannah. This tornado warning is the storm moving into Savannah. It may clip southern portions of Hilton Head Island as well. So if you live in the far reaches of Jasper County towards Hilton Head Island, Tybee Island, be mindful that there is a tornado warning for that, but that storm also looking to stay south of any main interest in South Carolina. So with that, control room, I am going to send you a message there, and we will go back to our regular scheduled programming, but we will keep everyone, we'll keep our links up here for our storm chasers. That way, if we need to break back in, because those storms that Evan are following, they may produce there. In fact, I'm hearing some chirping in my ears, so give me just 1 second here. Okay, that's just a continuation of the tornado watch. So no new tornado warnings issued for that. So again, we are watching these storms continue to move through North Carolina and the upstate of South Carolina. Again, if you live in the mountains and the foothills, you are good with severe weather. There is the front moving through Tennessee. There's an additional line, but all indications are that should probably fall apart as it moves through the mountains. We'll continue to watch that. But for right now, if you live in the mountains and the foothills of North Carolina, as well as the far northwestern sections of the upstate of South Carolina, the severe weather threat has passed off to your east. We'll continue to watch what's over Tennessee, but for the time being, that threat has weakened for that area. So we've got... we're going to go back to some regularly scheduled programming on the Carolina Weather Net. We'll continue to keep our streams up on the back side of things, and if any new warnings do pop up, we will break back into coverage. But for now, I am Scotty Powell for the Carolina Weather Group, for Evan Fisher and Frank Strait, who are out in the field. We appreciate you watching, and we will hang back here and watch for any additional warnings. Until then, we're going to toss back to the Carolina Weather Net, where you can watch the best of the Carolina Weather Group here on our social media pages. So thank you for viewing, and we will be back if any warnings break in.
Dollar saved versus dollar invested, we're going to see that divide go towards the more affluent communities, particularly those that can afford the cost share match of, in many cases, a minimum of 25% against the federal dollars. And I think we need to broaden the definition of cost benefit analysis to actually talk about the functional impacts to families and communities, not just to dollars saved on property.
Jared, I want
Right.
to take what you just said and talk about Charleston and the resilience divide and just roll that into talking about climate change and climate change adaptation. Craig, what does that look like from a FEMA standpoint?